Hey y'all. Hey, it's 7:30 on a Wednesday night, so you know what time it is. It's the Sugar Show. And tonight we want I gotta reintroduce myself for those who are new. And hello to those who are true. I am Natalie SUGAR Brown. I am a woman boxer. And this is my show. And on this platform, on my platform, this is where we talk about the authentic experience of the industry of women's boxing. People talk about, oh, this and, the industry and the money and all of this stuff, but we talking about the good stuff, right? We talking about that. We talking about the real stories and the real drama and the real kicking ass part of women's boxing. So hey, and thanks for joining me. So I think I'm not sure how long tonight's show is going to be quite honest, because I'm saving the good stuff for next Wednesday, because this weekend is the mega match. Yes, you guys. In women's boxing, this weekend is the mega match between Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Okay. And if you don't know who these ladies are, they are the ladies with the spotlight on them this month, because there's some history there. So I'm not sure who has tuned in to Sugar's previous shows, but this one has got all the ingredients to be a good one. Okay, so it's got drama, it's got history, it's got relevance. Okay, and it's got a little spice to it, right? So there's a lot going on that makes this matchup really interesting. And so I'm just waiting on my guys to chime in, and my gals, okay, my misfits who uh have been showing up on the sugar for the Sugar Show at 7:30 on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Just know that my face will be in the place. Now the place may be different, but you're gonna see this face. Okay. So the talk is now that, okay, the things are getting real. Things are I mean, Clarissa T Rex, aka the Gwat. Now, I mean, Gwat meaning greatest woman of all time in boxing. That term is very much disputed. Michael Orr chimes in. I knew I'd see you tonight. Hey, Michael. Hi, Sugar. I'm ready to chop it up on Wednesday. Okay, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm ready to chop it up too. We going with party getting started, because Michael Orr is and now he's in the building, faces in the place. Okay. And so we wait for everybody else to chime in. If not, me and Mike, we have ourselves a good old time anyway. So it's gonna be nice. Okay. So yeah, so the talk about this mega match is, there's some history there. The Gwat, the greatest woman of all time, proclaimed by Clarissa Shields. And I wouldn't say of all time, but she's a great woman. Okay, she's a great woman boxer. Of all time, Clarissa, I just know this. In order to be the greatest of all time, you have to leave a legacy for the rest of us, right? We have to enjoy that greatness. And right now, you're just the star of the show. We're just watching you. None of these things that you're doing have manifested because of you. So you can't be a great of all time, but you are a great, right? There were women before you, and that paved the way that you walked, right? You didn't pave that way that you walked to become an Olympian and an Olympic gold medalist twice, right? But you didn't make that, you didn't pave that way. Okay? So you can't be of all time if you ain't paving no ways, okay? Um Another thing too, of all times, don't get it twisted with Ali. Ali had a lot of other stuff going on, for him to say he said he was the greatest heavyweight of all times, because they did check his receipt, right? And they did ask him, do you really think that you're the greatest of all time? He said, no, I certainly am not the greatest of all time. He said, my man Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest boxer of all time, and you can check that record. But he said, heavyweight wise, he proclaims himself as the greatest heavyweight of all time. And a lot of old school people still dispute that, right? Because I mean, you can't say you great if you haven't gone the rounds that the greats have gone, like Jack Johnson and them, right? Them guys were going 26 rounds. Ali, you went 15, right? You can't say you're of all time if you ain't walked the distance, if you haven't traveled the road. Okay, so we talking about that, right? So, Clarissa Shields now, baby, of all time, you haven't even fought 3-minute rounds. So you can't claim of all time, but you are great. And I'm so proud of you. And I love to see you in the spotlight because you are working it, girl. You working it. Now, I ain't bring no pictures or nothing to the show tonight because I'm just waiting for Wednesday. But ooh, Clarissa was looking fine, like aged wine. She's not a crone yet, but she was looking fine at the public workout. Everybody else showed up in some sweats. They look like they just got off of a shift at the Foot Locker or something, right? She showed up in a Serena Williams black cat suit, shorts, cat suit, and the body is looking right. Okay, you seen the training, you seen that she's ready to fight. Um, Now I have some clippings. I had some footage of the public workout that happened for all the broads that are on this card, but yeah, they doing us dirty out here. The footage cannot be uploaded because there's some kind of thing on it that we can't. They won't allow us to share. But we here talking about it. But this is the thing, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure how long the show is gonna be tonight, but they also shine some light on the Mayor Baumgardner match. And there was an interview out, and let me start by saying this. These mashups, they right. They tight. They this is some good stuff. But the marketing and the guys that are like in the interviewers and all of these guys that are speaking on this, the commentators, they are, I mean, it's really bad. They making us look bad, right? Like a part of selling this great and grandeur event are the people who talk about it, are the people who ask the questions about it, are the people who are interacting with the fighters about it. And what I would say about this is they do us no justice. They do us absolutely no justice right now. Why haven't they brought back the crones? Why haven't they brought back the greats? The women who have done it, who have been there, who have walked the mega road in women's boxing thus far. Where are they? Right? Why they got these little you know, Teletubby looking boys um asking questions and talking about the event? Like, dude, this is not the Disney schoolyard. This is about some bad bitches getting together and they're about to throw down. Um, it's just it's it's just not selling. And this is the thing that really this really works against us, because it's right up until you get to the last bell. That's how you sell. That's how we sell in women's boxing. When you look at men's boxing, they sell that show, they sell that match from the beginning of the match right on right on till post fight, when they're in the locker room talking about what had happened, right? They're just not they're not selling, okay? Um just talking about goodness, talking about the two young the two broads now, Michaela Meyer and Bumgardner. Goodness, Bumgardner. Okay, y'all know Sugar bad with names, so like her first name misses me, but you can't forget that last name, Bumgardner. So the two ladies came together on an interview where the guy, I think Natasha Jonas, who just had her fight versus Patricia Bergalt, and I watched that fight, and I'm going to it because the mega match is coming up this weekend. I'm not really trying to talk about anything else. I want the suspense to build, and so then we have more to talk about after, right? But watch that match, because Natasha Jonas versus Patricia Bergald is a good conversation that we're going to have. And I want y'all to watch that match. So when Sugar's on here talking about it, okay, y'all have something to say, because there's a lot to say. Natasha Jonas stepped up big time, from fighting lightweight to now she's middleweight fighting, right? And I think junior middleweight or middleweight, that's huge. Okay. We also have the match coming up with Jessica McCaskill versus my girl. Goodness, come on now, um, Mike, you there? These names are missing me. And it's not because, listen, and Sugar ain't punchy. I'm just bad with names. Um, Goodness, I don't want to mention one without the other, but we're going to get back to it. I will remember it. Yeah, so we got that match coming up, and those two. So okay, women's boxing channel. I was wondering if you was going to be in here. Hey, women's boxing channel. So it's Chantel Cameron. Thank you, baby. Thank you, boo boo, for saving the day. Yes, so we got that match, which is significant to the Natasha Jonas versus Bergald. And that conversation connects because you know uh the the two these two These four broads in these different weight class matchups are making moves. Okay, so the title of the show tonight is who's making moves. They're making moves because one couldn't get a break in one class, in one weight class, so they moving up to get a break. So Natasha Jonas, though she's a baddie, she just couldn't get a break in that smaller weight division, between being just a high end gatekeeper, because I wouldn't call her a journeywoman, but in order for her not to turn into a high end journeywoman, she changed weight classes. She was a gatekeeper, right? So she fought all the names, but she wasn't getting the good decisions. She wasn't getting the decisions that she deserved. So management got together and they made a move. So now she's middleweight. On the other hand, now Jessica McCaskill versus Chantel Cameron. Moves are being made there because, well, they left Chantel with this tournament that had happened, that was supposed to happen. They left Chantel Cameron with standing in the ring by herself, right? That she won the belt off of Mary McGee. Callie Reyes uh, inched her way, uh, or skimmed her way through a win between her and Jessica Camara. And so Callie Reyes and uh, Chantel Cameron was supposed to get together and now, make the conclusion of this saga of a tournament. And it just never happened. Callie Reyes decided that she wanted to be a movie star. Who knows if she'll be back? Okay. But Chantel Cameron ain't waiting on nobody. Oh, wait a minute. Scrapbook Boxing is in the building too. Much love to Queen Sugar. I'm in the building, sis. I see you, baby. Now, we partying now. We are partying. I love it. And I just love that. I just love how you calling me Queen Sugar. Talk to me nice. Yeah. So, and it's Queen Sugar. He put that spice in it. Yeah. They call me Sugar sometimes too. But yeah, so I digress. Back to what I was saying. So the moves were being made there, with Chantel Cameron. She said, "I'm not waiting for none of y'all broads to make up your mind, and I certainly ain't giving Mary McGee no chance to get her belt back. I'm on to the next groove." So she had an interesting matchup. I still, for some reason, I just can't find it out here, but it was before she was gonna fight now Jessica McCaskill. She was going to step up and fight another broad, and I believe the broad was a crone too. I'm still looking for it, y'all. Come back to it. But now I think this is a good match. Her and Cameron versus McCaskill. And now, this is the thing about that match. Why I find it interesting is I called it. I knew McCaskill. Like she got her money behind her, and her people then was like, "You want the belts, baby? We buy you all the belts." But as a fighter now, I know that, yeah, they could buy your ass all them belts, but you gonna have to take the beats for them belts. Even though you may win the decision, when them big broads put their hands on you, you's gonna feel it all. And I like it. Because that's what your ass get. Yeah. You want to hop around and you think belts can be bought and you think you can windmill through broads? Well, now you go running back to your peoples and you're like, "No, I can't take it no more. Please, please let me go back down. Please let me go back down to the smaller weight." She gonna sit out here and say, talking about staying in one weight class is easy. I want to go down. No, that's not how we do in boxing. We don't do that. Where do you see, where do you see, right, a badass in one weight class say, oh, staying in one weight class is easy, so I'm gonna lose all this weight and go down and beat up on smaller people? It doesn't work that way. You're supposed to be a badass. You move up. You move up. So she think people dumb out here. Her and her, and I don't know if it's her boyfriend, husband, trainer now, or whatever. Right? But we know what's on the receipts, Jessica McCaskill. We know what's on your receipt, right? You made that move and now karma got your ass, right? You made people suck down to meet you at your weight, and then, right? You beat them, right? And so you thought it was cool to step up to their weight because you thought, oh, since I beat them coming down to my weight, it would surely be easy for me to beat the people up in their weight class. It doesn't work like that, right? So you stepped up, you getting hands put on you, and these ain't even the top level hands, right? These are just people that you supposed to get through, and you don't like them beats at all. So you want to go down and you want to fight Chantel Cameron. But I'm going to tell you this, girl. You ain't going to get through Chantel playing them games. Chantel is a bulldog. Okay, and she already said it out here. You dear talking about it's easy to be in one weight class. Chantel was like, I'm not going even. She already sizing your little windmilling, your little human windmill ass out. She's sizing you up. She said, I'm not going to get into that fight with her. I'm not going to roll with that pig. I got my plans for her. So you, Jessica McCaskill, you just make sure you got your plan together, okay? Because uh, Eddie Hearn's your promoter, and you think your promoter got you on this, but it's looking like Eddie Hearn's interested in Chantel. Because remember now, everybody, Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is taking a break. She's ain't nobody heard or seen nothing about Katie Taylor. Can y'all notice that? She ain't even out. She not out giving out no blankets for for the people in the shelter. She ain't doing nothing. She just on vacation. You a champ, and you're supposed to be considered the best female fighter in the world. You got to take your little stingy ass out there in the streets now and do some philanthropy. That's how that works, right? You're not doing nothing for people. Come on now, Katie Taylor, right? What do you ain't that cute now, and we knew that. Okay, go on and do something good in the world and come back to boxing soon. Right? So, Eddie Hearn, I mean, he don't really have a star beside, other than Katie Taylor, that's going to be the draw, that marketing girl next door draw. But Chantel Cameron now has that face, and she has that persona. I like her for that. So, Jessica McCaskill, you ain't got it, baby. Like you ain't making no money off them belts. And I said this in the previous episode. Them sanctioning bodies for those belts are watching you. And if you're not bringing in the money to make money off of those belts, they're going to find somebody else to do it. And guess what? I think they found the gal. Um, let's see. Some of my guys are chiming in now. Women's Boxing Channel says Cameron will box the fighter, but Caskill can't deal with outside pop and move. Yeah, Catskill's pretty one-dimensional, right? She gonna find you and windmill through you. But if you box her now and you don't get into that, if you don't roll with her, then that's one thing Katie Taylor did do. She fought McCaskill really good. She had her spinning like a damn top in that ring. And McCaskill just came out the fight lumped and bumped up. That was the first time that where I actually seen Katie Taylor mop a broad up. Yeah, because Katie Taylor ain't knocking nobody out, but She had McCaskill face looking extra chunky after the fight. Um, Women's Boxing Channel comes back in and says Cameron fights only if she has to, but will do great things if forced. Yes. Cam Cameron has great generalship. If we're to we're going to have an episode about that where we talk about women's boxing ring generalship, because it's much different. Like I said, we fight different. There are different things that you're looking for when women fight or women box. And so we're going to go through the generalship of that. So I'm glad you mentioned, you brought that up, Women's Boxing Channel. Yes. So Cameron, she has good generalship in there. She knows how to she knows how to um she knows how to lead the fight, and that's powerful. Women's Boxing Channel also says Cameron has a massive engine, whereas Caskill gasses a little towards the end nowadays with fighters like Cameron. So the thing is, um McCaskill gasses at the tail end of the fight because she's fighting bigger broads. And those bigger broads are absorbing the shots, right? Absorbing the punishment. They taking it and they walking through. And that's why McCaskill going back to her people's dam, and she's like, nah, I can't do this. They're walking through the windmill, because those fighters that McCaskill has fought so far are not high end names in the weight class. McCaskill has not fought a significant name in her weight class of 147, of welterweight, since she got those belts. And nobody's pressing her about uh that those items on her receipt. Yeah. So before she faces somebody that is a real contender, as in that welterweight division, she's trying to slide out by fighting Cameron, and she thinks because her people them got bought her the belts as a welterweight, that she can now buy all the belts at junior welterweight. But I just think that Eddie Hearn and them have and the sanctioning bodies have another plan for that ass, right? Because McCaskill, as pretty as your face may be, you're boring, hun. I mean, people love to see. I like her, and I like the when she windmilling, but I mean, it's only but so many times I'm a watch a broad windmill, right? Then it starts getting boring. This is boxing. This is women's boxing. You don't talk outside of the fight. You don't do nothing else. There's nothing really much about you than your windmill action, right? And so we need those you need to sell more in order to satisfy those sanctioning bodies whose belts you hold. Okay? And you're not you're just not as marketable as Cecilia Brækhus. Cecilia Brækhus had the whole of Europe behind her, right? I think she was from Norway, and then she fought out of Germany. So Europe was like, she was the Layla Ali of Europe. People know about her. Don't nobody really know about you, and you're an American fighter over here. I mean, they put McCaskill to do commentary and all of that stuff, and she's well spoken, but she's boring. Okay. And so unless you looking to do something to make some money and draw some attention, I just don't. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I don't see where she's gonna beat Cameron politically. for that title. And boxing wise, Chantel Cameron just has a better IQ than Jessica McCaskill in that ring. So, Burgold versus Natasha Jonas. Before you, well, who's making moves? Uh, McCaskill knew her ass needed to get out of that weight division before Natasha Jonas stepped on her porch, because Natasha Jonas now versus Jessica McCaskill, which could still be a thing, which could still be a great matchup, would definitely be, to me, a slaughter. But we'll never know. Like, I don't write women off. I don't write people off, because you just never know what kind of night a broad's gonna have. Scrapbook Boxing says, all facts, queen. Thank you. I thank you. And Women's Boxing Channel chimes in, won't be long before McGee gets itchy again. Why, she got yeast? Uh, Stop it. Stop. We women, so when you start saying itchy. Now, this is the thing about Mary McGee. Ain't nobody touching her, right? Mary McGee, now, if she's got good management, and if she's, if she's smart, she'd use the numbers now on her record to go after a Natasha Jonas and move up to middleweight and make some noise for herself by, moonlighting in other weight divisions. She needs to also reinvent herself. They got your number, baby. They got your number, Mary. You got to change up your style. So the next time we see you, and I look forward to seeing you, I want to see you come out with the old McGee, but I also want I want a little more flavor. You're a crone now. Yeah, you're a crone now. So you know what it is. You know who you are in that ring. And you know what you're good at, and you know what you're not so good at now. And we still love you. But now we want to see you transcend who you are, because you only got a couple years left, baby. And what we're looking for is for you to leave that name in the ring, that McGee name. Because you had a good stretch, girl. Make them moves. Fight Breckus. Call her out. Call Jonas out. Call Chris Namus out. Um, Fight them girls up there. McGee, I seen you two out there. You got some cushion, right? You got the body that you can move up a little. You can move up to middleweight and you can stand in there. You got the skills. So I want to see what you can do, girl. I'm looking forward to that. Um, she did. She fought Breckus at 147, two times at 147. I'm not sure who, Women's Boxing Channel, who you're saying fought Breckus two times at 147. I'm not sure who you're talking about besides Jessica McCaskill, because Breckus don't never rematched nobody. Um except for her. And the rematch was because they was fighting for who was going to pay for the belts. Yeah, so we're talking about Jessica McCaskill, but I know you don't like me saying this, but bag lady, she out there, and she's Cecilia Brækhus. She needs a break now, right? So I think Mary McGee would give her a little bit. She'd give her one last little, um, you know, shimmy under the spotlight by fighting her, and I think that would be a good match. Um, and so Women's Boxing Channel comes in saying apparently Ramos was a gibbering fool when he saw Cohen headed towards him. LOL. Oh my gosh. I didn't want to talk about, what do y'all think about that, right? Like, y- Brian Cohen and what's Ramos? What's his first name? Ramos. So Brian Cohen is Mary McGee and them, Callie Ray's. I think Jessica Camara, like he got a whole stable of the all most of them broads that you see fighting. He's the one that's doing the moving and the managing for them, right? And he's actually married to Callie Ray's. I always say this, it's just never a good idea to let the dude who is married to one of your contenders manage you. It just don't make no sense. He's gonna always be working for his wife. But you know, um, that's women's boxing. Like we, some of us got to smarten up. So yeah, I heard that happened a couple. Was it a couple months ago? It happened some time ago where there was a slapping match. Slapping. So apparently Brian Cohen smacked Ramos in his face when they were doing the promotion and the press conferences and stuff like that for that tournament that I was talking to y'all about earlier. Yeah, so they started smacking each other. Dudes, come on now. This is women's. Let the women do the fighting, and the women ain't even smacking each other, right? If y'all are gonna fight, throw some blows, right? I mean, I got some like I think after I fought McCaskill, her, Ramos what he has this tendency to harass um other female fighters using like a fake account. So he got into stalking and harassing me with his fake account. He did that to Mary McGee, and I'm sure other women. We will all step up and send me too that we got right. So he in the streets now. So whatever happens to him shall happen. And that's all I got to say. But yeah, Ramos deserved to get smacked up by Cohen, from what I have to say. These guys run their mouth, right? And at the end of the day, I mean, it's a business. Leave the arguing and the fighting. Let the women hash it out in the ring because that's what we do. That's what we're getting paid for, right? All of that stuff that you doing now, you starting to look, you starting to look like you need to, um, you know, get into. I mean, I don't want to say it, but now it look like you want to get into women's boxing, right? Let the women fight. Let the women throw blows. Um, it just ain't men smacking each other up. Just ain't cute to me. Like, I punch each other in the face, right? These smacking, that 18th century stuff, it ain't working now, right? Um, and so Women's Boxing Channel also says, I mean, what kind of ex-boxer calls the police because he got punched? Ha ha ha, weasel, I say. This is what I'm saying, ex-boxer. Who is the ex-boxer? Ramos? What was he doing? Boxing chicken at Popeyes? Like, nah, I meant putting chicken in a box and sir. Yeah, that was a reach there. But it's like you as an ex boxer. Come on now, take the back seat, right? Your girlfriend or your wife or whoever she is to you now. That's who's doing the boxing now. Okay, so she wears the pants. Okay, so whatever breeches and lingerie you want to wear, you keep it in the bedroom, you keep it behind the scenes, right? Let McCaskill do the fighting, um and let McCaskill beat up Brian. Your ass gonna call the police. That just shows you the type of dude he is. Like he is really the stalk you with a fake account and harass you with a fake account type of dude. You just see it like this screams it. Um So, Women's Boxing Channel also says Breckus fought McCaskill at 147, and McCaskill won them both. The first fight, Breckus won, but Caskill got the nod. I keep saying this, and you going to disagree with me. Um, those two fights are the first two fights that I plainly, hands down, gave to Cecilia Brækhus. I thought Cecilia Brækhus won both of those fights. She handled the windmilling, in like she handled McCaskill. It's just that she rolled so much with the pig that she got mud all over her. And when you fighting a muddy fight, when you fighting a sloppy fighter like McCaskill, the sloppier the fight, the better McCaskill looks, because that's her style. Her style is windmill and sloppy. And so when you go into that, she's gonna look like she's the one doing better at it, because that's her type of fight. So McCaskill should have kept it clean like Katie Taylor did, right? I mean, McCaskill was a running broad before, like nobody. Katie, she passed the baton to Katie Taylor, right? Because before McCaskill, I mean, McCaskill, Cecilia Brækhus was the one that used to run, um, um, used to ask for the big ass 20 by 20 ring and run around and box. That's what she used to do. That's how she used to fight her fighters, right? And so it was just so, well, you could actually, you could really tell that her the game was over for her when she fought McCaskill twice. If you were a fighter, if you knew about boxing and you just saw the ring, because that is not the ring. If Cecilia Brækhus was in charge, and Cecilia Brækhus was the one um who had the backing, that ring wouldn't have been so tight. The tight ring was to accommodate McCaskill. um Women's Boxing Channel says it was the Leeds event. Cohen hit Remus and gave him a black eye. Remus didn't touch Cohen, Callie said. You know what? I'm done with it. You see what I'm saying? We're talking too much about two men fighting each other over women's boxing. Let the women fight, right? You both got two broads. Y'all both in the bed with two broads who box, right? Say, honey, go beat up his girlfriend for me, please. That's what you do. What y'all slapping each other up for? Come on now. Come on. That's what, come on. It would have been great if they stopped the smacking up of each other and really made the fight between the wives or the girlfriends, right? So Callie Reyes versus Jessica McCaskill would have been a good fight too, right? So I mean, there's so many combinations here that um we could get excited about. Even in that, uh in that class, in that category of topic category, right? But we're talking about this mega match coming up and the mega match undercard. So I mean, like I said, I couldn't get the interview up, but there's an interview out where, I mean, the guy is like, "Oh, there's some bad blood in between you guys." You don't even hype a match like that. You got two broads that's about to fight this weekend, and you sitting there looking like a Boy Scout trying to sell. What do Boy Scouts sell? I don't even know what, but you sitting there looking like you and the Boy Scouts trying to get two girls on the playground to fight. You're supposed to be an instigator. Y'all, give me a job. Give me the job. And then Natasha Jonas is oh Michael Orr chimes in. You must have been a Boy Scout yourself. Michael Orr says Boy Scouts sell apples. Well, yeah, his ass looked like he was trying to sell them both some apples because they would. He wasn't looking like he was trying to get a fight going or getting anybody interested in this fight. He sat there talking about um um this is what women's boxing needs, and there's some bad blood in between you two. What you expect them girls to say? Yes, there's some bad blood in between us. Yes. No, you're supposed to be like, oh, so it's about to go down this weekend, right? What Baumgartner, what you gonna do to Mayor? Tell me what you gonna do to Mayor. Yeah, yeah, right. Mayor, you heard that? She said she was gonna do this to you. What tell me what you gonna do to her. Right, right. Okay. Like you're supposed to be some instigate. Y'all need to give me a job. Y'all need to give me that job. I will sell it. A mega match. Them girls would be ready to throw down at the interview. Okay? That's how it's supposed to go. It's really like it's looking lame. And then at the end of the interview, they going shake hands. Give me a break. Stop it. Your dork is showing. It no. Okay. Um Michael Orr chimes in. Boy Scouts sell apples and chocolate covered almonds. Oh, them chocolate covered almonds is good too. Yeah. I think dude would have been better off selling those than selling that matchup for that interview. It was bad. He ain't make them girls look good. And then Natasha Jonas sitting there like she's at a parent conference meeting. You two girls, when them, mm. Right? Ain't none of them three broads was acting. Baumgartner was. She reached out and she shook Mayor's hand like, bitch, I'ma beat your ass this weekend. and Mayor was going to say, um, Michael Orr chimes in and says, who the heck doesn't like chocolate covered anything? You right about that. I just put chocolate on it and I tear that thing up. But I digress. Listen, Mike, here you go. You got me behaving badly on my show now, right? There's some good and naughty things that'll happen when you put chocolate sauce on it. Stop. Virginia, that's probably what got Virginia Fudge in trouble. Got her test coming back dirty. That chocolate sauce. Stop. Y'all not even saying nothing. Y'all not saying settle down, sugar. Y'all not saying nothing about my behavior, right? Y'all better stop before they get me put off of YouTube. Right? So this is what I had this is what I have the thing with Mayor. Right? Mayor been ignoring Baumgartner this whole time. Her Disney princess ass thought that she was going to be able to ignore Baumgartner until she felt like fighting her. Yeah, that's what it was. Because before Baumgartner got her, took her break, that's why I'm leaning towards Baumgartner because Baumgartner took the opportunity, knocked out Harper, and took her break. She said, I want your ass next. And got it. Yeah. That's making moves. Right? This fight happened because Baumgartner made moves. Not Mayor, because Mayor wasn't the one asking for it. She was ignoring Baumgartner. Right? All in due time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? Baumgartner made her way. She climbed through that window and said, on the porch, She was standing on the porch, climbed through Mayor's front window, and she was like, "You know what, bitch? We finna fight in the foyer." Right? So that's what happened. And so now this is a fight. So now in the interview, Mayor going to say, "Well, um, it's not that I called out Baumgardner. I just won a big fight, and I just called. Yeah, and after Baumgardner beat Terry Harper, I just started calling her out. I'm just a champion, and I just wanted to get this fight done." Girl, no, 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 no. You was playing a punk with it. And now that monster, Bumgardner, is in your face. And you got to fight her this weekend. So now she's trying to act like, I'm just, I, it, I did what I had to do. Bumgardner body. Y'all need to look this up. Bumgardner been training. And even though Michaela Meyer has a great IQ in there, just by the way she's acting, her timidness, her trying to be the nice gal in the situation, even when you look at how they're standing and facing each other off, you'll see that Michaela Meyer heart starting to pump that Kool-Aid because Bumgarner's licking her chops. She says, "What?" Bumgarner in her mind is saying, "What? I'm a couple rounds away from being the baddest broad out here in this weight division? Nothing's gonna stop me." Michaela Myers not carrying no swag like that. She's, "Oh, I'm, you know, um, she's gonna be in the, do the best I can and all of that." It's like, girl, are you about to fight? Right? Are you about to fight on Saturday, or are you about to act in a Disney one of those Disney episodes? Girl, you better get it together. Women's boxing channel comes in. Black Forest Gateau with Knickerbocker Glory ice cream. Ooh, that sounds good. That's some Black Forest Gateau. That's cake, ain't it? With Knickerbocker Glory ice cream. Listen, and they only sell that Knickerbocker Glory. I know they sell that Glory ice cream in Canada, and boy, do I miss it. It has the chocolate and the nuts and the marshmallow. It's kind of like Rocky Road, um, a naughty version of Rocky Road. But the Knickerbocker Glory Women's Boxing Channel, tell me what's in that Knickerbocker Glory, because that sounds good. And you're gonna have to make it so that we may have some dessert together like that one day. Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to it. um yeah, so I was saying that. Then we go into, I wanted to make this point before Wednesday. It looked like, y'all, the pressure now is starting to wear down on Savannah Marshall. Yeah, Savannah Marshall ain't talking so tough like she was before. The pressure now that everybody's rent money is banking, or a lot of people's bank rent money is banking on her beating Clarissa Shields, is weighing down on her. And she low key contemplating quitting boxing way before, when she wasn't getting no play when she was signed with Mayweather. A real fighter ain't got no quit in them. A real fighter doesn't quit, right? So yeah, even when time, like, yeah, like I've said this before, they don't make them like they used to. You got broads out here ready to quit because their fights fell through. Hello? That was a Tuesday for me. That was a whole December for me. That was a whole summer for me. Fights falling through, right? And I never quit. I trained every day. I found a fight to get into, right? These broads are ready to quit because they don't know when they're going to have their next fight. That's what I'm talking about. Right? So, um that alone that alone is going to have quite an effect on the fight on Saturday, on Savannah Marshall's fight on Saturday. She's thinking about that. She's thinking about her future now. What's going to happen to me if I lose? What's going to happen to me? I have to do everything right. Oh my gosh, it's all happening now, right? She doesn't have that pressure. She's has to deal with that pressure now, where Clarissa Shields was made under that pressure, right? Clarissa Shields started off under that pressure, and um she welcomed the pressure by calling herself the Gwat. Because if you are calling yourself the Gwat, you can't have no off days. You can't have no off days in the ring. Women's Boxing Channel comes in. Uh, Knickerbocker Glory is raspberries, icing sugar, ripe mango, peeled with the stone, or that's the seed, removed. Fresh blueberries, scoops of vanilla ice cream, and pistachios coarsely chopped. Oh my God! Ah! Oh my goodness. Whew. I, I'm gonna need something to take me down off of that one. I'm a greedy girl too. That one, that sounds so good. Women's Boxing Channel. Um, yeah, you gonna have to. We gonna have to have that. We gonna have to have that one day together. Yes, yes, yes. It is done. It is a date now. That sounds fantastic. With Black Forest Gateau, which is, I think that's Black Forest cake. That must be done. It must be done. Mike, Mike, I think I might have to take a break off you because he got me. Or Women's Boxing Channel got me. Michael Orr, he laughing. LMFAO. All right, y'all think it's funny. Oh, yes. So yeah, sugar loves sweets, sugar loved the desserts. Sugar loved that chocolate, put that chocolate on it, put that Knickerbocker glory. Um, um, Goodness. And then, don't be shy to Scrapbook Boxing chimed in and came in and gave me a rose and a drink earlier. Buy me a drink. I'm gonna take you home with me. I bet y'all don't know what I bet y'all don't know what tune that is. I'ma buy you a drink. Um Women's Boxing Channel says click the link and post the picture of it up. Um, Baby, I can't get to the link. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna get to it. Listen, I'm gonna do this on the next episode, but I don't have the link. I can't get to the link. Okay, baby, but we're gonna have that. We're gonna all do that Knickerbocker thing. Maybe we'll do that in celebration next Wednesday. Uh, After when we figure out um who wins the fights. Women's Boxing Channel says Mike can do it, I bet. All right, well, Mike, I don't know if you could find a picture of this Knickerbocker glory. Um, I wouldn't mind you putting it up on the screen. That thing sounds so good. Where am I find that now, Women Boxing Channel? Where am I gonna find that now? It's 8:32 at night, and I'm in the country. Where am I find some Knickerbocker glory? You see what you do to me? You my trouble. You my troublemaker. You my trouble. But I still love you. Um. Yeah. So that pressure is really coming down on Savannah Marshall. And I'm telling you, that pressure is real. That pressure is real. I felt that pressure. And you got that's when you know you got to put your big girl panties on and fight your heart out, win or lose. So I'm looking forward. I don't know. It will that pressure make a diamond or will it bust a pipe? Okay. Um the Clarissa Shields will be Clarissa Shields after this. But Savannah Marshall, who will you be after this mega match? Okay? Um another another point I wanted to make is you know they with the hyping of this fight, and like I said, there needs to be instigation. Y'all, please, I mean, y'all put it out there, tagged it, whatever. Talk to Eddie Hearn and them. Tell them to give me the job. I'll fight for it. I'll fight them little Teletubby boys. I'll whoop some ass. I'll whoop your ass for that. Please, I will take your job and show you how to do that job, right? Because y'all need some women fighters to sell these women fights. Y'all really do, because these little boy scouts, they're not doing it. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to be trifle, right? Because I'll say something trifling to both of them and dare them to be froggy and jump at sugar. That's how it goes. That's how you sell the fight. That's how you sell it, right? There's no such thing as nice girl or whatever. You be that classy um villain, or you be that baddie girl next door. You got to play it. It's a full show. Even those the people who are talking and interviewing the show, you are a part of it, right? And you got to do right by all of the cogs turning and these women that's about to get in there. Um, the undercard was there, looking like I think one was interviewed. I was like, do she work there? Oh, she's fighting, right? Wouldn't even dress the part. I we got to do better. We that part has to be done better. But looking forward to Saturday. Looking forward to what's gonna happen. Looking forward to these potential bigger matches coming up. There's a baddie on the scene coming up. She's in the bantamweight division. I'm not going to say her name just yet, but um we're gonna review her fight. She fought on Tutti Bop. She fought Tutti Bop, and Bop Tutti Bop is no joke, right? And she's an up and comer. So that's gonna be that's in the horizon, right? But I think I'm gonna wrap up the show early tonight, and just put it out there. You guys tune in to the fight. I believe it's going to be on ESPN. Okay, on Saturday, this big women's mega match between uh Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Um, Women's Boxing Channel comes in. I'm eating 10 fish fingers with brown sauce and West Indian hot pepper sauce. Yum. Ooh, so you like you like the Caribbean spice, eh? You're right on my I knew there's something. I knew there's a reason why you couldn't get enough of sugar. You like that island spice too. Um And you eating 10 fish fingers? Okay. Um and brown sauce. I don't know what the brown sauce is though. Is that pepper sauce? Because in we Jamaicans, we have that pick pepper sauce that goes is good on just about anything. Um so it looks like your dinner it is. Oh, Michael Orr comes in. It's all about the ackee and saltfish. But listen, that's why it's hard. Listen, that's why it's oh. And Michael Orr comes in and some jerk chicken, rice and peas with oxtail. Michael Orr, Michael Orr, you better stop. And see, this is it. Y'all know I'm a greedy girl. Um, it's me and you back together again, Michael Orr, because I don't know what I done forgot about what what we were talking about earlier because that jerk chicken with with the rice and peas and the oxtail gravy and the coleslaw on the side. Oh, ugh, take me now. Our women's boxing channel comes in. It's the HP brown sauce. Okay, I'm feeling you. I know what the HP. Yeah, I mess with that too. My my host comes in saying thank you all or thank you all for dropping in the comments tonight. I really thank you. I thank y'all for showing up. I do. And I want listen, let's have a big party next Wednesday. Right? Invite some people. Like, subscribe and share, but invite some people, man. Right? Let's have a party next Wednesday. Let's talk about this mega match, right? Let's drop some let's get real funky next Wednesday and let it all hang out, right? I'm gonna bring listen, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have some little doodads, some little um treats and whatnot. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, right? So you bring listen, women's boxing channel, um fish fingers and Caribbean pepper sauce, right? You got let's we're gonna see what everybody's munching on next Wednesday night, while we talk about women's boxing. Okay. um Thank you guys. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do the roll call for the people, for my misfits that chimed in. Of course, Michael Orr. Always good to see you, to have you in the building. Women's boxing channel, huh? I like it. I like when I like when you show up. It's always a party when we link up, right? And of course, um, goodness, last but not the least, um scrapbook boxing, uh with your little sweet talk. I look forward to you and showing up on Wednesdays, and I like it. You calling me Queen Sugar and your roses, right? So I mean, that's the roll call for tonight, and thank you for those who chimed in. Thank you for those who just sit back and watch Sugar cut up with my guys. And thank you, my the gentleman at Talking Fight, for giving me the making sure this platform keeps going. Like, subscribe, and share to keep it going, to keep the Sugar Show going. Okay, you guys. Women's Boxing Channel. You have a great night, Women's Boxing Channel. He said, Women's Boxing Channel says, have a great night, Sugar. Enjoy your dinner, baby. And listen, we're gonna have some dessert. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna look up that Knickerbocker Glory now. Yeah, you done got my mouth watering. And Mike, thank you too for now I do know I made some jerk chicken the other night. I got leftovers. So you want to make me go in the fridge and take out some of that leftover. And my scrapbook boxing, he gave me a rose and a drink. Oh, you know what? Y'all treating me so good. That's a dinner. That's a date, isn't it, you guys? Thank you. So I may chime in. I think I'm gonna chime in on Friday night. I think I will on with my guy. Um uh Michael Orr says Save me some. I'll be there in a couple hours. I bet you. Listen, don't you threaten me with a good time, Mike. Right? Don't get me all bothered. Women's Boxing Channel says, damn, fish fingers done already? There must have been some good fish fingers. All right, so I'm going to tune in on the Friday because I'm going to talk that talk with Mike and them about women's boxing and about the mega match coming up. Till then, okay? Uh, good time. Michael Orr says, good time is going to be a great time. I know it. I know it's going to be a great time, Mike. Um, but don't tease me like that. Yes, Women's Boxing Channel says Friday with a question mark. Yes. Um, the whole and my host says Sugar will be on this Sunday at 4 p.m. Yeah. To talk about the fight. Mike talks about they're going to have the panel talking about this women's boxing match on Friday at 4 p.m. Okay? So and then again on Sunday. All right? So host comes in. You know some women getting slumped. We going to see. Right?